Beerus said, "This is it, I can't stop it, I think I'm going to die today, maybe because of my own foolish arrogance, and I hated this damn job after what they made me do to my own race all those years ago. I still hate them, I should have known better, I was never going to win this fight." And then everything went dark for Beerus, and I said, "Concussion Dragon Fist," and I put Beerus in a coma for a few weeks, and I said I am going to take his place as the next destroyer candidate, but I have a condition that my wives live with me on my new world and that I can come back to Earth and do whatever I want to do, and I will still perform all my duties every day, Whis, and when he wakes up tell him who kicked his ass and that I will be the next destroyer that takes his place." And Whis said, "Yes sir, I will see that he gets the message, and I could also train with you anytime you want." And I said, "Whis, you know there's no need for that now because I'm already connected to the infinite, and you know this, correct?" And Whis said, "Yes I know, because me and my father have been watching you because you are the strongest Saiyan I have ever seen. Do you ever stop training?" And I said, "Yes I do still have a life despite now being an immortal god that mastered his Saiyan powers." And then I created a miniature Earth in the palm of my hand, and Whis said, "Remarkable, you can create anything extraordinary." And then eventually I got to train with Whis, and so did the other Z fighters, and I even got my lazy wife Frieza to train with me. I said, "Come on honey, please train with me, I love you." And she said, "Oh fine you big hunky lug nut, I'll train only because you asked nicely." And I trained with Frieza, and she reached her black form, and Vegeta achieved the perfect Ultra Ego years ago, but he also found a way to combine Ultra Instinct and Ultra Ego together, creating his new transformation Ultra Instinct Ego. And Vegeta said, "Let's spar Kakarot." And I said, "You should train with someone else, Vegeta, I have better things to do. As a matter of fact, there's another strong Saiyan you could fight every day, and I'm going to get him now. Do you want to come with me to the planet he's on? You may know him because your father exiled him years ago. His name is Brawly and his father's name was Paragus. I'm going there to retrieve him for the upcoming tournament." And then me and Vegeta teleported to planet Vampa using my Kai Kai technique. After Vegeta said, "What are you waiting for, Kakarot, let's go." And now I was standing in front of Paragus and Brawly, and I said, "Paragus, wait, you knew my father Bardock, he saved your life more than once. I'm his son, Kakarot, hear me out please. I'm the king now on planet Vegeta, I'm here to make it right, so on behalf of all the Saiyans I'm sorry for what you suffered here." And Paragus said, "I knew Bardock and I have no problem with him or his sons, but I still hate King Vegeta and his son, and nothing you say is going to change that, but allow us to get you out of here first before you decide to kill Vegeta. Please allow me to take you back home." And he said, "Very well, please take us back home, my king." And then I teleported them to my home planet Vegeta, and then Paragus said, "Stay out of the way, King Kakarot." And then Paragus ordered Brawly to kill him, and Vegeta smirked and said, "Foolish man, you think your son is enough to beat me? We Saiyans have been training for many of years, we broke all our limits and Brawly won't win against me, I'll make damn sure of it. Legendary Super Saiyan my ass." And then Vegeta decked Brawly and he punched him so hard that it nearly knocked him out, and then he got so angry that he instantly transformed into his green Super Saiyan form. And then I did the same thing and I showed Brawly and Paragus true terror standing there in my bulky green legendary Super Saiyan 4 form, and I was now bigger and taller than Brawly, and I smiled sadistically and laughed and I said, "You pathetic little insects are not legendary Super Saiyans, I am the true legendary Super Saiyan. Power down now or face my wrath, Brawly." And I towered over Brawly like a giant and he pissed his pants, and I laughed like a maniac and I grabbed his face and I slammed him to the ground while holding his face and head with one hand that gripped around his entire head, and I violently knocked him out. And then I walked up to Paragus and said, "Now for you, Paragus, there will be no more nonsense on my planet or we clear, you little insect." And he got scared and stammered and he said nervously, "Yes sire, please don't hurt me." And I walked right up to him in my beast-like form and he was utterly terrified of me, and I said, "Swear you will never do it again, or next time it's your ass, say I won't do it again." And he said, "I won't do it again, I promise, please my lord, spare us." And I said, "Remember that I was merciful and I spared your worthless lives this day because it won't happen a second time, and from now on you do everything I say, understood?" And he said, "Yes sir, I understand, please don't hurt us, my king, I'm scary in this form."